This is group 2. This is Joshua Stalvey.
And this is Jenna Schott.
Thank you.
So for this project, we spent a lot of time actually doing a lot of planning for the overall hierarchy of how we're going to do it. As part of this class, we've been trying to learn to be smart now with how we're setting it up, so we're not going to run into problems later. And I do realize that normally in a real job environment, we don't have all the requirements necessarily right at the start. So this is a unique situation where we have that. So we've been trying to be pretty smart with how we're setting this up. And of course, I'm sure we're going to run into problems that we are not accounting for. I do want to draw attention to something that I've been working on. It was my job to work on the data.java class. And I was pretty excited about this at the start because I've worked with Excel files with Java, and I thought it'd be pretty straightforward. So I had implemented a scanner and was working on it that way. But I soon realized that no matter what I did, I was not reading any of these cells. And I'm sure that you are fully aware of this problem, and I was trying to find the smartest and most simple way to deal with it. However, I'm still struggling with it. And so I've spent a lot of time. I did reach out to my group members, and they've been helping me tremendously. At this point, I just have been working on the class paths for working with Apache POI because we are using different IDEs, and so we are running into difficulties that way. However, we are using, just in terms of transparency, right now we're using a text file that we're getting our information from because the data class will eventually export it here anyway. So this is how we've been testing. This is how we've been working on other things as I'm struggling with this. So big thank you to my team for doing that. But in the meantime, we have been working on these other methods that Josh will show you.
So currently, we do have an element class and a compound class. The compound class, for the most part, is still pretty skeletal. We have methods named. We haven't filled many of them with any actual working code. We plan on getting to work on that as soon as possible. The element class, though, we have worked on significantly. We've created constructors as well as getters and setters, as well as several different menus and sorters and everything, so we can go through the different data that we create whenever reading the text file that we have currently. So we'll also be able to filter based on the state or group, uh, uh, and we'll be able to combine the sort and the filter uh, to where that, you can say, I want to sort it by its name and then filter only solids. We'll be able to do that. Currently, we don't have that. We don't have it to where we can do it at the moment, but we have each of the individual aspects of it completed. So we can sort here. This is our sort method that allows us to sort by the predetermined variables. So the atomic number, the element name, symbol, and the atomic mass. And then we can filter using this method here, that depending on whatever we want it to be able to filter, whether it be the group or the state, we'll be able to do that as well, and we will combine them. This right here is designed in a way that it's modular. It can be utilized in multiple different ways. We made it to where we can easily just implement it without any duplication of data because it'll just be using the same array and it will just filter out what we've already sorted. Okay, so for the beginning of the program, whenever you run it, you'll be met with this right here. It'll let you know that you're using the compound creator, and it'll start off by asking you if you would like to list the elements, list compounds, create compounds, basically just giving you a jumping off point as to where you'd like to go. Currently, we've primarily have this section complete. So we'll do a demonstration using that. So we can just enter the 1 to head to that next sub menu. And then we can choose here whether we'd like to sort essentially by atomic number, name, symbol, or molecular mass. And then we can filter elements by their state in this instance. So we can start off here. We can see that if we do it by the atomic number, it will do such. And we have everything. This is the atomic number here, and it will order it that way. And we can start the program back over, and we can do it again. And this time we can choose to sort it by its name, and it will put everything in alphabetical order. As you can see, we start with the A's and of course end with the Z's. And we come again to this menu, we can go by symbol, and we can see once again we have the symbols are all in alphabetical order. And you can see that it's not just following along, because like silver does start with an AG versus an A, so it does actually differentiate. Here we can sort by molecular mass. This one's a little bit more difficult to notice because of the way it's written, but we start here. These are the molecular mass. As you can see that it's in ascending order. And then lastly, we have the ability to filter. And in this case, let's say we'll filter by, we want all the gases. And here we can see we have all the gases. Their state is listed here by the 3. Just to demonstrate that it will filter by the rest of them, we'll go ahead and do that now. I'll just go through them really quickly. It's all the solids. You can see here the state is only 1. Are only 2 liquids. And then our others, as shown here by the 4.
So that's pretty much all that we have at this point, and thank you for watching our video.